Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. Today we're gonna do a simple video. This is one I promised to do a while ago, and I just am now getting to it. Thanks for being patient. Someone asked me, what do I do other than yoga? And I said, I'll tell you. And then I didn't make a video. That was like years ago. So if they are still alive or still interested in what I'm doing, or maybe you're interested in what I'm doing other than yoga, or maybe you're like, I didn't even know you do yoga. What's up with that? Tell me more. This video, we talk about the principles for transformation. Well, there's not one principle, there's a couple. I'd say the principles for transformation are two principles. Ready? People are always like, well, you do anything. Forget about if I'm doing anything other than yoga. Like, stop pigeonholing mediums of exercise, right? Like, who cares if it's yoga or ballet or martial arts? Like, we don't have to compartmentalize and categorize every single thing, right? What we do need to think about is the truth or the underlying reality that binds all these things together. So when we think, what's happening in yoga that has a transformative quality? What's happening in martial arts that has a transformative quality for my life? What's happening in ballet? What's happening in calisthenics? What's happening with consistency in my workouts that has a transformative quality for my life? And that's where we arrive at our two principles. Two principles for transformation. They're really simple. The first one is consistency. You can go all in today. Like, you could hit an 8-hour workout and take a month off, and that will do nothing for you. Literally nothing, other than maybe stress you out and make you really sore. You're not gonna retain any of that muscle mass, okay? Everything's about efficiency. Your body is literally right now at the epitome of evolutionary efficiency. So your body's always looking to refine. It's a whole nother video that we're gonna do about the keys to success, the mastery of yourself, and that's about refinement. But for now, we're thinking about, what were we thinking about? I forgot already. Talking about yoga. Oh, consistency. All right, so efficiency. Your body drops muscle as fast as possible. The very first thing your body wants to do is be efficient. So since muscle has such a high caloric requirement, basically your muscle requires a lot of food to keep it there on your body. If you don't, one, eat enough food, or two, keep using that muscle, your body doesn't keep it, all right? So this is called Wolff's Law, if you know Wolff's Law. It basically is a paradox in a sense for the application of progressive loading for strength. This Wolff's Law basically means if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's a paradox in a sense, because you're thinking like, well, I can't do handstand push-ups now, and I want to, and your body is telling you, if you can't do it, then you won't do it, right? So there's a paradox there. So that's the beauty of progressive loading, of strength exercises and progression. So you want to safely build up to doing the advanced exercises, and that keeps the requirements of a certain amount of muscle mass on your body. So what we're saying here is consistency is the first rule of transformation. Consistency. So we're thinking 20 minutes a day is way better than 2 hours once a week, right? I'd say minimum going between like 2 days max without moving. So if you think about it in the animal kingdom, monkeys, they have crazy muscular endurance. Like if you grab a monkey and he grabs your arm back, he'll just rip your arm right off your body because he's way more jacked than you, even though you look maybe big. Maybe you're a beast. Maybe you're like 200 pounds and you're like, oh, I'm so small. But it doesn't matter. A monkey has muscular endurance. His muscles fire at a rate you can't even keep up with because his muscles are used every day. That monkey hangs from that tree every day. It's part of his life. So your exercises, your training program has to become part of your life, right? It has to become so consistently part of your life, your body knows this is the muscle mass I need to survive, to take care of myself. So we're communicating to the body when we do strength exercises that this is the muscle I want, right? So that leads us to our second principle of transformation. Strength exercises. You could run every day, an hour every day, and do mad, amounts of endurance training, and you're becoming efficient at moving your body through time and space, but a lot of that is anatomical congruency. It doesn't have a lot to do with muscle mass, right? So if you're thinking like, I want to transform, but I don't know where to start, I'm consistently doing the same thing and nothing's happening, think about strength exercises, right? Strength exercises are really beneficial for everyone of all age groups, except for kids. Kids actually need to do exercises that are more aimed towards skill-based because it helps develop the neurological pathways for movement. Unlike as adults, once you break into a teen, into adults, strength exercises are really important for not only keeping those neural pathways for the activation of different muscle groups, but also keeping the muscle firing and alive and strong. And they say even especially for seniors, like if you're breaking into like 50, 60, strength exercises are your jam now, all right? You just want to do them like every other day. You get up, you do your strength exercises. I'm not saying go hard and go to the gym and get your bench on. I'm saying pick up a little weight or do some push-ups and some squats, bodyweight squats. And that's what's beautiful about strength exercises when you start approaching calisthenics, is that you don't need a gym. So here we are with our 2 principles of transformation, and we're only 6 minutes in, and it's super simple. So this is why I feel like just do it already, right? There's only 2 principles. It only took me 6 minutes to break it down. You want to be consistent with your strength exercises, right? So pick strength exercises, be consistent. You're like, well, I just want to do yoga. That's cool. Yoga has strength exercises. Chaturanga is a strength exercise. Anything that requires a muscle to activate and fire and hold, it can be a plyometric, like a movement, or it could be an isometric, like a stable exercise. They're still considered strength exercises. What you also want to consider is that, well, I don't know, let me think. We have 2 principles of transformation. We talked about Wolff's Law. We talked about that's the paradox of your body only has the ability to deal with the load you place on it. So there's a paradox there of like placing the load you want it to handle, but if you place too big of a load that it's not used to or not ready for, you're injured and you set yourself back. So that's what consistency and progressive loading is, right? You're consistently loading more and more weight onto the bench press or weight onto your squat, or you're doing a harder variation of a push-up, harder variation of a squat. Now, this is not that hard to do once, twice, 3 times. Maybe you stick it out and you get like a month in. What you really need to do is make it part of your lifestyle. Make it part of your everyday lifestyle. Ready? So just make it happen. Just find 20 minutes. One of my favorite things that I did when I first started making this transformation for myself was I tried to incorporate strength exercises into my daily tasks. This was something I was so excited about. I was gonna like make a whole separate video series just about it, like how to work out at your house while you're doing dishes. Like you're doing dishes, squat. You're sweeping the floor, squat more. Like you're rubbing the floor, do push-ups. Like I thought, like this is genius, but nobody really cares. Ideally, unless it's like hyped up and sold really in a nice glossy package, right? So fuck the package. Fuck your glossy hype fitness world. Go to your house and do some chores, and while you're doing chores, instead of being lazy about it, bend your knees more. Maybe do squats in between. Maybe do push-ups in between. I have no idea what chores you have to do, but I guarantee you, if you want to, if you create the outcome is I want to do strength exercises while I do my daily tasks, you'll figure out a way. I believe in you. You can do it. Now, this is the power of consistency, right? And the power of strength exercises. These are only 2 principles I gave you for transformation. But in reality, there's a 3rd principle. Bum, bum, bum. The 3rd principle for transformation is your ingestion, like what you're eating, right? So people are like, abs are made in the kitchen. Well, guess what? They are made in the kitchen. Abs, we all have them. We all have the same muscles to move our body. Well, some of us don't. Maybe you've lost one, you tore it, I don't know. But ideally, we all have the same muscle. We all have a 6-pack already underneath the layers of belly fat that we have. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll ever see it unless you start eating correctly. So transformation, the secrets of transformation is consistency, strength exercises, and what you're eating, ingestion. Basically, the first thing I would say is water, water, water. Your body cannot utilize and take care of itself and repair itself if you're not drinking water. If you're not hydrating yourself, it can't remove toxins from your muscles as well. It can't process the food you're digesting as well. It's literally working out really hard without drinking water, or working out all the time without drinking water is a really bad idea. Okay, you're just dehydrating yourself. You're creating a problematic state for your existence. Now, what that means is that you should drink lots of water instead of soda. I have a coffee here, so I can't really knock coffee, but maybe you drink coffee and water. Maybe you drink some tea. Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking sugary drinks. Stop drinking processed color drinks. If it's colored, you don't want it, okay? That's super simple. Unless it's green tea. It's the only colored drink you're allowed to have. I'm sure there's a million other great colored drinks that I'm not mentioning, but for a generic approach, stop drinking soda, stop drinking colored drinks, stop drinking anything with corn syrup, and stop consuming anything that has a bunch of processed chemicals and crap in it. So we're just thinking raw foods. We just want to think healthy foods, and then we're like, well, I hate healthy foods. Too bad, bro, get over it. Or too bad, girl, get over it. Time to eat veggies. If you don't like veggies, if you don't like cooking a huge bowl of veggies and rice, then you need to go home and cook veggies and rice every day until, one, you figure out how to cook it so that you like it without putting a bunch of sugar in it, and two, maybe you reprogram your neural pathways to understand that you like rice and veggies and that you've been wrong this whole time about rice and veggies. I'm not necessarily advocating eating meat or not eating meat. I was vegan for a while, then I was vegetarian. Now I just eat whatever the fuck I want. Sorry about cursing. I might go back to being more vegan, vegetarian, partially. I don't really know. I'm experimenting with my own diet. I can tell you one thing for sure. I feel way better when I eat less crap. And even if you're gonna eat meat, you can get good meat. Like, you can get meats that are, grass-fed, they're locally sourced. You're providing like a sustainable community inside of your local, farms and agriculture. So everyone thinks like, oh, well, I don't really want to do the diet part. Too bad, that's just the part of it. And it doesn't matter how great your transformation is. If you're eating a bunch of, protein powder and crap all the time, you're not going to be able to keep it. You're going to feel like crap. You might get sick. You might get diseases and die, all because you decided to create you thought you'd take a shortcut and you'd get somewhere faster. Well, guess what? There's no shortcuts, and you didn't get anywhere faster, because now you're going to have to go back and reassess, what should I be eating? So 3 super simple things for your transformation. When you ask me, what do you do other than yoga? 1, you can just keep doing yoga. Just find the exercises in yoga that are more strength inducing and do those in the middle of the class when everybody else is doing their vinyasa, chest, chin, knees. You're doing full chaturanga, or whatever it is that, if you're in martial arts or if you're in ballet, kind of start to be aware of your exercise regime if you're already doing a certain medium of movement, and find what are the strength exercises that I know these are hard for me, they're challenging, and enjoy that challenge. Be consistent with that challenge. And also, the last thing it's part of the in-between consistency and strength exercises is adaptation, right? So your body's always adapting. That's what makes it such a powerful tool, is adapting to the load you place on it. So it's back to Wolff's Law. But what's interesting is it's adapting to the programming you're giving it. So if you do the same program, if you're doing the same workout for 2 years and you're like, well, I don't know, something's not working anymore. Yeah, no crap, it's not working anymore, because you're doing the same workout. So just break it apart, do something different, try a new type of movement, try a new exercise to hit a certain muscle group, try working out with some of your friends that have different workout types of you. I know one of my favorite people to go and hang out with is Dr. Ben House. He's just amazing wealth of knowledge for health, for longevity, for nutrition, for strength exercises, and he has a complete different approach. He's very scientific. He's very, very thoughtful with his approach and his training, his programming, and I love going and working out with him and seeing, what is he doing, what's he focused on. And so get out there and experience some other types of movement, experience some other types of strength exercises, experience some other types of consistency in your life. Maybe you don't have to, maybe you are working out every other day like you're supposed to, but maybe you're also consistently reading a new book, or maybe you're consistently trying some new stretches, or maybe you are consistently trying to pick up a new hobby, a new movement hobby that can be challenging, like a coordination skill like juggling or something. These things, they help expand and grow and connect all the other neural pathways that come together for our movement, for our strength, for our body. And for what we consider a transformation really is only our body adapting to the load we placed on it. So get out there and have a good time. Thanks for watching. I know it was a lot of rambling about, whatever the hell I was thinking about. I appreciate you. You're beautiful and amazing just how you are. And remember, without going out the door, one can know the world. Without looking out the window, one can see the heavens. You are beautiful and amazing just how you are. You are worthy and deserving of love just how you are. Namaste. Peace and love. Like, subscribe. See you soon.